For the folks that were butthurt that I pointed out problems that I had with flip out back here, prepare your anus.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I am reviewing Magic Square Brobdingnag MS-B07 Red Cannon, aka, you know it's supposed to be Sideswipe. Future reference, if I have any type of issue with a figure, I'm going to point it out. I'm telling you right now. I want y'all to know everything so you can live vicariously through my experience with a toy, so you can know what to expect before you buy the stuff. That's what reviews are about. So get over yourself. Anyhow, this thing is mostly all good. I just have a couple of issues. One, let's see if I can even zoom in on this face. The face is a little bit, and it is a tiny little thing, but I've seen some good tiny head sculpt. It's not that small because this guy is shorter than him. Look at that face. That is a weird face right there. That looks like an animation error, and the eyes aren't painted. But outside of that, the head sculpt is nice. It looks like it's maybe supposed to have light piping, but that looks like black plastic right there in the eyes. The head isn't on any type of ball joint. In fact, it's not even like affixed to the body. It's a peg right there. And yeah, I know it says ages 16 and up, but I don't like that design choice, because if you drop it and the head flies off. One more complaint for robot mode and then everything will be pretty much rainbows and butterflies. The peg system that they have for the legs right here, this one little tiny tab is supposed to keep all of this in place, and that typically doesn't work. When I'm manipulating this, and this is a tiny piece, I'm constantly detaching it, and that's a little bit frustrating. Other than that, this thing is amazing, and I can't believe the articulation they were able to put into it with it being such a small figure. Like, so you can see it's a little bit bigger than this Target Master, Fans Toys Target Master. I forgot his fake name, but that's Nightstick. Here he is next to a G1 bot, so you can see he's not incredibly super duper all the way short. And here he is next to a Legends class figure, which they call these things all the time, Legend scale, which I guess is right. Let me straighten up the legs. There we go. They're roughly the same height, but these things wouldn't be in scale with each other because he's supposed to be little. You know what he does scale with? This guy, and they're two separate lines, so that's cool. Anyhow, this guy, outside of the neck thing, he has amazing articulation, like crazy articulation for something this small. The arm can go out like that, plus you have this separate joint that can do that. Bicep rotation, double jointed elbows because it bends at the bicep rotation, and it has wrist swivel. The hands are sculpted in this sort of dynamic gun holding pose, which isn't very great for all poses, but it's a thing. He has waist rotation. He has an ab crunch. Look at this. Note this. This crotch part comes up when you use the ab crunch. That goes forward, back, all the way out to the side. Thigh rotation, and here we go with this coming loose. 90-degree knee bend, and the foot can go down. It can come up a little bit, and it can go, the toe can go up, and super duper ankle pivot right there. So yeah, this thing can get into some crazy poses. I was trying to get some poses myself, but I'm looking at the packaging, and they were able to outdo anything that I could think of. Because I like that, and that's cool. And I'm usually the pose master, but I couldn't get that. Here it is from the back. Aesthetically, the only problems I have is this chest is too wide, looking like the original Masterpiece Sideswipe or Lambor, and this back is visible at all times. So that's unfortunate that this couldn't shrink down. As you can see here, he is holding this gun. It just pegs in right there. This cannon right here can go up and down, and it pegs onto this square slot right there through this little peg right there. So let's see if it can go on the other side, but it's touching his head. So I'm imagining the red alert is angled at the other direction. But it's nice, it's cool, besides the little things, nitpicks that I made. To make sure you see the cannon, here's what that looks like. So it's nicely painted and whatnot. Before transformation, it comes with this little baby card right here. Oh, like, isn't that cute? And here are the tech specs on the back right there. No like bio or anything. And it does have this fold out little sheet for the instructions, if nobody's ever shown that. But they probably did. Before I keep forgetting, here is this comparison. Transformation. Pull this off. Take this out of his hand if you even have that on there. Anywho, let's go ahead and rotate the waist around before we forget. And take this crotch piece or cod piece and pull it all the way to the back, front, whatever you want to call that. Now we can lift up on the chest, which brings out his whole abdomen. Pull this forward and just kind of bring that up and out of the way. Now these wheels need to rotate out, and while we're rotating that out, this shoulder needs to come up to meet that. Same thing over here. This is small, so it's kind of hard to maneuver. Now we need to make sure this shoulder part stays out there while we rotate this inward, bring this like this, and kind of bring this into this orientation. We'll clean that up after we bring this up over the head and into place right there. Now we can shut all of this into there, nice and tidy. Kind of reminds me of the Sideswipe from what I've seen in the review. Now down here, we can pull this off of here. Probably already did it by itself. Bring the foot like this. Go ahead and rotate this up like this. Bring this down. Bring this down. And grab this panel on both sides and bring that up on both sides. The legs can peg together and shift forward. One thing might get in the way is this cod piece thing, but have everything like that. Now we need to bring the spoiler up. This needs to peg into that slot, but before it gets into that slot, you gotta like push it down like this so that this can come over here, and now push it over to the slot. It took me a while to figure that out because I was like, how in the world? And these pieces don't like stay in place while you're maneuvering things, so you'll have to be constantly cleaning up. Anywho, get everything into place, squeeze it together as best you can, but this spoiler will not come all the way together. But he's in his car mode, which looks like a flat cartoony or kid's drawing of a Lamborghini. Looks like this underneath. I was amazed when I seen these little tailpipes. That's amazing, but this is a good job for what the thing looks like. It looks like a tiny little masterpiece, and it rolls well, as you can see. If you can store the weapon or anything, I don't know how to do that. I'm not gonna drive myself crazy. It's not in the instructions. Here he is next to this igniter's bumblebee right there. Here it is next to Flipper, and here it is next to a Legends class, so it's slightly smaller, as you can see right there. Might be accurate, I don't know. These aren't really made to be in scale with each other, but you could make them in scale if you want to. But anyhow, the robot mode has amazing articulation. It only has a few nitpicks. The vehicle mode is not so pretty as the robot mode. Like, you know, I don't even know what this car looks like. I wish this pegged together. That's my main complaint with it though. I like that it can transform, but yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know how much these things cost. Thank you, Parts Former, for lending this to me so I can review it. So, if you think it's worth it for whatever it costs, then I say go for it, because it's not a bad toy. But anywho, if you like this video, let me know. Until next time, T-Man978, out of here.
Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit. Go ahead and click that shit. If you did, you would like it. Really click that shit. Now I'm freaking gone.